Welcome to Retiring Tech Talk with John. And I want to thank you for being here. This segment of my channel has been taken off pretty well. I do get a lot of people stopping by, and I just want to continue with the Retiree Tech Talk. So, one of the things that I stumbled across in my profession, you have to stay on top of the updates and what we call end of life. And the Microsoft Windows 10 end of life is coming up in this fall of 2025. And what that means to you as a end user is that that software will no longer be supported. So I thought I'd come on and just do a little brief presentation and let you read over the information, and then we'll have just a general discussions. So sometimes the products, the support of them, they gradually wind down the support of that product. Because what happens is the microprocessor technology in the chip and the electronics gets better, better, and better. And so what they do is they develop new software to better take advantage of the technology. And since we're talking about artificial intelligence, um, that's something that you're going to be seeing. Now, one thing I don't know if you ever notice is that I use Google as a search engine. So if I go off and I start Googling something about Germany, when I go back in, I'll start getting feeds of tourist attractions or things that might interest me related to the Cold War or military stuff in the feed, in the videos. They'll push them up, and then I'll actually watch those and say, And I started piecing it all together. So they're using a lot of artificial intelligence to help with the promotions and stuff. For example, a lot of my trips, I would go out and I would start looking at the airports and flights to a certain area from the Google browser. And Gate One Travel or G Adventures would start popping up promotions. With Gate One, what they would do is they would send me the code to get a discount. Since I travel by myself, I always have to pay a single surcharge. So far to date, the most I've ever paid was $1,000. But what that gets me is my own room. So the technology is really, really advancing. So with that said, I have a presentation, and I'm going to bring it up. And I thank everybody for stopping by, taking the time to look through on my retiree tech talk, because I want to help out everybody. And I like to get things out when I feel they're important or they can be very helpful. For we had the power outage here. So when we had the power outage 2 weeks ago, I had a battery backup, and that battery backup ran, and it also let me know it beeped all night. The product that I bought didn't have a button where you can silence the beeper, so it beeped all night. But it kept me up and running when I was doing some uploads and everything until the power came back on. So that's one of the things. And then we also talked about having a backup camera. Everybody uses their iPhone, but if something happens to the phone, you still want to get your videos out and stuff. So that was with the Canon camera. But anyway, there's a whole series of videos, and you can go back through my library. So what we're going to do is I'm going to hop in my presentation, and we're going to call it a wrap early. Thanks. Okay, everybody. So the Windows 10 end of life, Microsoft will end support for Windows 10 on October 14th of 2025. This means that after this date, Microsoft will no longer provide free software updates, technical assistance, security fixes, new features, and bug fixes. Current users of Windows 10 will be offered Windows 11 VA update feature. And what they're talking about is if you go to the window pane or the start button and you right mouse click it and you go up to systems, there should be an option for you to either select Windows Update or you can search on Windows Update. And what you want to look for is the option to do the Windows Update. Now, you don't want to do this if you're in a hurry to use it. It's going to download a whole new version of Windows. It'll download it, and then it will go through the process of doing an update. We'll reinstall the new version of Windows, and that will be completed. Now, the machine that I'm running on is a Windows 11 Home Edition. Windows 11 Enterprise, that is the corporate version, where they get a license for X number of machines. And what they do is they can just throw it on, and they've got some way of generating a unique activation key for each license. In the corporate machines, will have the Windows 11. Now, a lot of companies right now are trying to do the beta test of the Windows 11 to push it out. Most people are running Windows 10 Enterprise in the office along with the Microsoft Office suite. So I wanted to bring this to your attention so you can start and be aware of it. Any critical data, I would actually put it in a folder and maybe put it out on the cloud, either the Google OneDrive, I mean, Drive by Google, or the Microsoft OneDrive. You just put all your important stuff in there. And if you've been downloading little applications like maybe Dave Ramsey's budget app, when you download those apps, save them into like a software folder so that if your machine gets wiped out, you can just pull that folder on over and reinstall your apps. So I want to bring this out to you guys, make you aware of the Windows 10 end of life and the process to go ahead and look for the offerings. You know, once you see the offerings, start making your plans. Make sure the battery is charged. It's on the adapter, and just give it some time and let it run its thing when you can keep an eye on it. It may do one or two reboots, and that should be it. So I'm going to go ahead and end the presentation. I just want to bring this out, and this is talking about the Windows 10 end of life. You will look for a update that's offering you the Windows update from Windows 10 to 11 sometime this year. Thanks for watching. This is John with Retiree Tech Talk.